There's one trade, just one, that doubled my entire portfolio. And no, it wasn't luck, it wasn't a hot tip, and it definitely wasn't crypto at 3 in the morning. But before you get excited, let me tell you exactly what it cost me to get there, because the price wasn't just money. We're talking about a moment in the market where everything felt like it was falling apart. Inflation was clawing at every headline, interest rates were climbing like they had something to prove, and half the investing community was either paralyzed or panic selling into the void. The other half, the ones who doubled down with discipline, quietly built something extraordinary, while everyone else was losing their minds on financial Twitter. Here's the thing about how this trade came together. It wasn't born out of genius. It was born out of exhaustion from doing everything wrong first. Think of it like a chef who burned every dish for years before finally understanding that the secret was in controlling the heat, not the ingredients. For a long time, the narrative around this opportunity was almost intoxicatingly positive. Analysts were bullish, the fundamentals looked pristine, and momentum was building like a freight train. Then the macro environment shifted, sentiment cracked, and suddenly that same trade everyone loved looked like a cautionary tale waiting to happen. That psychological whiplash is where most people get wrecked. And honestly, I felt it too, that gut punch moment where conviction and doubt are arm wrestling inside your chest. Ray Dalio once said that the biggest mistake investors make is thinking that the recent past is a good predictor of the future. And brother, was he right. What saved me was understanding the cycle, because this wasn't a new story. It was the same story wearing a different costume. And history is absolutely littered with these moments. From the dot-com collapse, to the 2008 housing crash, to the 2020 rate shock, the pattern rhymes so consistently, it's almost embarrassing. Here's the broader truth you need to sit with. Markets move in cycles, the way seasons do. And fighting the cycle is like yelling at autumn for making the leaves fall. The community of contrarian investors, the ones posting quietly while everyone else screamed, had been tracking this setup for months, and their conviction wasn't emotional, it was structural. Now, let's kill the biggest misconception right now, because I hear it constantly. People say you need perfect timing to make a trade like this work, and that is absolutely categorically false. What you need is a clear thesis, a defined entry zone, and the emotional discipline of someone who genuinely does not need to be right every single day. The practical lesson here is deceptively simple size into positions gradually, never bet the whole portfolio on a single catalyst, and treat stop losses like seatbelts, not suggestions. The traders who turned this environment into generational wealth weren't smarter than you, they were just more patient and more systematic than the version of you that trades on feelings. What I actually did was identify an asset that had been beaten down well beyond its fundamental value, waited for a technical confirmation that the selling pressure was exhausting itself, and then scaled in over 3 separate entries across 6 weeks. I wasn't trying to catch the exact bottom, I was trying to catch enough of the move to make the math work in my favor. The irony, and it's almost poetic, is that the trade felt the most uncomfortable right before it started working. Every headline was still negative, sentiment was still trash, and my position was slightly underwater. That's the paradox of asymmetric opportunity. The best setups almost always feel like mistakes before they feel like victories. Process beat conviction here, not because conviction is worthless, but because conviction without process is just gambling with extra steps and a fancier vocabulary. The moment I stopped asking, am I right, and started asking, is my process sound, the whole game changed. Philosophically, this comes down to one truth that the market has been teaching humans for centuries, and we keep forgetting. Discipline is the only edge that compounds. Your position size, your consistency, your ability to sit quietly while the narrative shifts, that is the trade, more than any ticker symbol or entry price ever will be. And honestly, whatever happens next, whether this trade idea plays out exactly as modeled or the market throws another curveball, I'm comfortable because the preparation was rational and the sizing was responsible. You can be right about the direction and still blow up your account by being wrong about the size, and that lesson alone is worth the tuition I paid in bad trades over the years. If any of this resonates and you're ready to take a more disciplined approach to building real wealth, whether that's through investing, real estate, or home improvement projects, check out our links in the description below, where we can help you get started with the right lenders, contractors, and resources.